Good evening and welcome to the Channel's studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. A 21-year-old US airman has appeared in court in connection with the leak of a highly classified military document about the Ukraine war and other national security issues. Here, video footage of Jack Teixeira being arrested by FBI agents at his family home in Dighton, rural Massachusetts. Dressed in shorts and a t-shirt, he was led away by heavily armed agents. Mr. Teixeira has been identified as the leader of an online chat group where the documents first emerged. Dozens of leaked documents revealed US assessments of the war in Ukraine, as well as sensitive secrets about American allies, embarrassing Washington and raising fresh questions over the security of classified information.
This was a deliberate criminal act, a violation of those guidelines. And so, again, I think that's important to understand. Now, we will continue to do everything we can to ensure that people who have a need to know when it comes to this kind of information have access to that.
US President Joe Biden has returned to his roots in County Mayo on the final day of his visit to Ireland. The president spoke at a homecoming celebration outside St Muradag's Cathedral in the town of Ballina, with a crowd of up to 20,000 people lining the streets of the town for the event. It's a day after he told the Irish Parliament he was home in an emotional address during the second day of the tour that celebrates his Irish heritage as he gears up for a planned 2024 re-election campaign. A powerful cyclone has hit Western Australia as a Category 5 storm, setting a wind speed record but sparing populated areas from major damage. Severe tropical cyclone Ilsa struck the state close to Port Hedland, the world's largest iron ore export hub, with the highest intensity rating on a 1 to 5 scale just before midnight. Emergency crews urged several remote communities along the storm's path to seek shelter and remain indoors. The cyclone was the strongest to hit the region in some 14 years.
It's the first Category 5 system to make landfall in WA since 2009, and it's brought very destructive winds and heavy rain to an area between De Grey and Pardue Roadhouse. Fortunately, major population centres like Port Hedland and Bidjadanga were spared the worst of the cyclone, and I've been told that early assessments in those areas show damage is fairly minimal.
More footage from severe flooding in Florida has emerged after torrential downpours inundated the southeast of the state. Here, water rampaging through an underground car park as residents tried desperately to save their vehicles.
What the hell? They're stuck.
Total rainfall in the Fort Lauderdale region rose to more than 2 feet in recent days, with widespread flooding that blocked roads, closed schools and shut down an airport. Some 2 million people in Broward County were under a flood warning as relentless rain hit the area. SpaceX has aborted the launch of Kenya's first Earth observation satellite due to bad weather. The launch director stopped the Falcon 9 rocket just 29 seconds before it blasted into space from the Vandenberg Force Base in California. Another attempt will be made on Saturday. And finally, the French president has visited the famous Parisian Notre Dame Cathedral 4 years after it suffered a major fire. Emmanuel Macron and his wife were given a tour of the cathedral and its restoration work. On the 15th of April 2019, a fire broke out in the roof space, exposing and destroying the exposed iron staples used to hold the cathedral's stone blocks together.
Et on ne lâche rien pour les mois à venir. Bravo à vous.
Now, a smiling Macron applauded those working on restoring the famous building. Its 80-ton wooden base, resting on stone arches 30 metres above the heart of the cathedral, is due to be completed on Saturday. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel's studios in Lagos.